Hi guys, and welcome back to the Main Road Expedition. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we get things up and running here in the Northwest Counties League Division 1 South with a home game against Ecclesall. Um, we're going to have a big transfer roundup today as well, pre-match, and we have been extremely busy. If you haven't seen the previous episode, go and have a look at it. It gives you all the lowdown about how the team was set up and how we've set up with the database and everything. We started with no players, and we've managed to build up in the space of just 4 weeks in game a 25-man squad, and I am extremely happy with this squad, to be honest. I think we've done extremely well to do what we have, and obviously no players have left the club because we didn't have any to start with, and everyone that has come in on free transfers. We didn't we didn't manage to bring in all of our targets, but we did find other players to bring in instead of them. So here we go. Obviously, it's a full first team squad to get through. So let's have a look. So Eric Edge is the first player we're going to look at. He is going to be our number one goalkeeper. He's got good handling, good reflexes, and good aerial reach. He's 6'1" as well. Quite a determined character and good decision making with good concentration. I think, to be honest, for this level, I think he's a good goalkeeper. It's saying he's 2.5 star of current ability and a fringe player, but as you can see, he's classed as a star player on his contract purely because at the time of signing a lot of these players, most of them are star players, by the way. Um, when we were signing them, they were the only players at the club type thing. So contracts will change over time, but 2.5 star, I think he's certainly a keeper that's good enough for this level. Yes, his positioning isn't great, but he's got some good goalkeeping attributes in there, so hopefully he can do a good job for us. We brought in Bradley Davis, who's a 16-year-old goalkeeper. He's going to be our backup, and he's not the best, but at the end of the day, he's only 16. Reflexes aren't too bad. He has got a tendency to rush out. We did try three other goalkeepers, none of them came in, they all went elsewhere. He's got good kicking ability though. His actual goalkeeping side of things with his handling on one-on-ones does need some work, but hopefully as time goes on he will improve. We then go to right back with Margie Simmons. As you can see, 3.5 star current ability. A lot of these players have got quality potential for this level as well. He's got good crossing ability and reasonable pace, I suppose, but he's a good tackler as well, and again, fairly determined character. And I think he's certainly going to be a solid option at this level, as is stated with the 3.5 star of current ability. A lot of these players' abilities will change as well, by the way. Obviously, it's just dependent on how things go during the season. Jamie Forbes came in. He's a 31-year-old right back. He's one of the older players that we've signed. In fact, I think he may be the oldest player that we've signed. He's a 3-star current ability right back, and he's not got the pace, but he's got good stamina, very determined character once again. Marking and tackling is good, and his crossing ability is good as well, should he get further forward. Move on to centre backs now. Ellis Hancocks we managed to bring in. 2.5 star current ability, he's 24 years of age. He's pretty quick, to be quite honest, which I was quite impressed with. He's not particularly determined though, which is a concern. He's not very strong either, but heading, marking and tackling attributes are quite strong for this level, so I'm really pleased to have him through the door. Kean Bedford now, he's only 5'7". People will be screaming at me for this one. He's a centre back and he's 5'7". He's only 2-star current ability, largely probably because of his height, but his defensive attributes are fantastic, really. His strength and jumping reach aren't great, and jumping reach is a bit of a concern, obviously, with him only being 5'7". But he's a determined character. He's got good concentration, quite an aggressive character, but his actual defensive attributes are very, very good. His marking, very strong, really, at this level. Positioning, tackling, and heading, all very good. And again, I think he's going to be a solid squad option for us. Sam Oliver came in. He's a 6'4" centre back. As you can see, his attributes are just reducing slightly at the moment, but he will come back up again. He's only just signed for us. Good jumping reach, which, considering he's 6'4", means he will be quite a dominant defender. Very determined character, good decision maker, and again, defensive attributes quite good with his marking and tackling. Positioning and heading, not the best, but we've brought him in just to basically be that solid force, and hopefully he can do so. Uh, Willis Furtado has come in. All of these players are British as well, by the way. 2.5 star current ability. He's only 16. He's 6'2". Again, fairly determined character. Good jumping reach. Strength isn't the best again. But for the most part, yes, he's only 16. His defensive attributes do need work, but at 16 he will improve. Marking of 8 with positioning as well, heading of 7, but he's a good tackler of the ball, and he's got a good work rate as well, so hopefully he will come good forwards. Ross McNabb, he was a bit of a strange one. I brought him in to be a centre back. He's 6 foot tall, but I think, to be honest, he's going to come in as a backup left back. Marking and heading aren't the best, but I've seen worse. We've actually got worse. So tackling wise, he's quite good, and his pace is decent as well. He's not going to be a marauding fullback like the two right backs that we have, but I think overall we've done reasonably well to bring him in as a backup. Joe Stanley, very highly rated left back in the league, probably one of the best in the division in my opinion. 4-star current ability with the extra in potential as well. He's not the quickest, but again, he's got good crossing ability and he's a very determined character. Defensive attributes need work, but he's only 21, and again, he will improve. So overall, defensively, I think we've done quite well. Going into midfield now, Tom Ruffer, a 20-year-old holding midfield player. Good tackler of the ball, decent first touch as well, determined character as well. He's started to improve certain things within his training regime at the moment. And again, I think he's going to be a decent option. 2.5 star of current ability, it says there, which is in the defensive midfield role. He can also play in central midfield, centre back and right back. So we've got a very versatile player there, and hopefully he will be a very good one for us. Akil Raymond we managed to bring in as well. Again, solid defensive midfielder for this level. I say solid. Obviously, attributes don't read very well, do they, when you're at this level? But again, good tackler of the ball, very determined character, good fitness as well with a good jumping reach. He's 6'1", and I think he could be a very good option in that holding midfield role as well. And then we've brought in Robbie Bromley as well, 26 years of age. Again, 2.5 star current ability in defensive midfield, same in central midfield. And I kind of brought Bromley in to potentially do one or the other, depending on how injuries go or form and whatever. He's not got the determination that I'd like to have seen, but he's got a good work rate, good fitness, and he's a good corner taker as well, and a free kick taker, good passing ability. So I think he could be that playmaker type player. Not that we have one in the setup that we have, but he could do that role. A 33-year-old central midfielder in Simon Harrison. He's only a 2-star current ability in there. He's actually 2.5 star if he played out wide. He's got good fitness and again, really good determination and work rate. Free kick taker and a good cross of the ball and good set piece taker from corners as well. We're largely going to be playing him in central midfield. His passing ability isn't the best, but because he's such a determined character, I think he will be invaluable in there. A 31-year-old Chris Anderson, again central midfield, 2.5 star/3 star of current ability, can also play in right midfield. But again, I think he's quite a good player. Pace is decent, fitness again, very good, very determined character. Got good technique, good pass with the ball, good first touch, finisher and dribbler as well. So again, quite a versatile type player. And again, I think he is going to be a good signing for this level. Josh Pollard, he's a 2.5 star current ability player as well. And it's just straight up central midfield player. First touch and passing ability, very, very good. Again, fairly determined character, good pace, agility and acceleration as well. So he could be that box-to-box style midfielder that we need for getting in and out of the box. We move on to the more attacking players now. Joe Collins, really excited about this lad. He's the best winger at the club. He's 4.5 star of current ability. Good fitness, quite quick as well. Yes, his mental attributes aren't the best, but he's very good dribbler, good crosser of the ball as well. and his technique is improving already. But 4.5 star of current ability, he is certainly going to be a main starter for us, and he's probably the star man of this squad, incidentally. Bradley Lawley, he's only 1.5 star, but he's a good passer of the ball, decent determination, and good physical attributes there. We brought him in as a squad player, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Jamie Nash, a 19-year-old winger, 2.5 star of current ability at his best, which is a little bit deeper than uh, we'd like, but again, he will develop as things go. He's only 19. Good first touch, good dribbling ability, very determined character as well, with good physical attributes, and hopefully he can do some damage out wide for us as well. Conan Noble, one of the more recent signings, again, very good out wide, 4 star current ability. He's only 16 years of age, and again, decent pace, fairly determined character, an exciting type player as well with 14 for flair, good work rate, very, very good technique as well. So again, I think he's going to be a very good player for us. Lawrence Hammond, I wasn't sure where we were going to play him at first, but he can play out wide right or up front. Likelihood is he'd play out in that wide right position. Pace is decent, natural fitness again very good, determination, first touch and dribbling again very very decent quality. So we've got backups all across the pitch, so it's ended up being very good for us. Wide left with Conan Noble in there and this guy Robert Hanna, we are very much covered strongly. 4 star of current ability for him, but I think, to be honest, I think we might end up playing Hanna up front. He's a 3.5 star ability striker, as well as being 4 star as a winger, but very good physical attributes. Again, very determined character, very good dribbler, good first touch, good heading ability at 6'4", really good passing ability, and a decent finisher. So again, 6'4", I think he will probably could be the big target man up front, depending on how we set up for games. And then we're into our actual strikers. Aidan Fletcher, the more recent one to have come in. Again, good determination, good off the ball ability as well, which is something we don't tend to see within the squad. Good heading ability, 6'2", decent pace, and a good finisher. Hopefully he will get some vital goals for us this season. Harry Hutchings, he's a little similar. He's 6'2" as well. Again, good physical attributes, very good determination, and again a decent finisher. Fletcher's certainly going to be the strongest player to have in that striking role, and I'm thinking Hannah ahead of Noble just because of that slightly more experience. And last but not least, David Bangora. Not too sure about this lad. He's only 16 and he's only 1.5 star current ability, but finishing of 14 with determination of 14, teamwork of 15, work rate of 13, and natural fitness of 14. I think for this level, I think he could develop into a very good player, but he needs game time. Are we able to give it to him? I'm not sure, but again, he's a solid backup for us, and with his finishing ability, I think he could score some very important goals. He's only 5'7". He kind of goes against the mould of the other strikers that we have, but yeah, not too bad overall. Obviously, we're his first club. I don't actually. That's something that we didn't check, is it? If we just actually have a look. So Eric Edge has actually been in and around a lot of the lower leagues. Didn't actually play at Vanarama national level or at League 2 level, but he has been at clubs around there. First club for him. Aidan Fletcher's not played a single match in his career. Jamie Forbes has actually played in this league before, so that's something. Lawrence Hammond, again, lower leagues. Ellis Hancock's, by the looks of it, is playing in the division above us, I think. Robert Hanna again in and around us. Simon Harrison, certainly a journeyman himself. Again, largely making his name around the lower leagues, but for a number of times he's not really played a lot of football. He has actually played Vanarama National North many years ago, so he's got experience at a higher level, which is good to see. Harry Hutchings yet to play a competitive match in his career. Bradley Lawley, again amongst the lower leagues. Ross McNabb, he's 26 and he's never played a game. That's madness. Jamie Nash, not played a game. Conan Noble, obviously, he's only just come through. Sam Oliver, played in the division above last season, made 13 appearances. Josh Pollard, again, division above. So, I think we've done well. We've brought in some good players here, I think, to be quite honest. There's no one really standing out in terms of having um, made waves in higher leagues, like major higher leagues. I mean, Chris Anderson, who we brought in, actually played in the Singapore Premier League, which is a bit of a strange one. And he has been, again, in and around a number of leagues. Keane Bedford, formerly of Cheltenham, no appearances for him. Robbie Bromley, incidentally, came through at Manchester United. Interesting one there. Didn't play a game, obviously, but still. So, overall experience of the players is minimal, it has to be said, but it doesn't matter. We will see how things go. Well, we're going with a positive mentality. The assistant manager wants us to go cautious, but I think, to be quite honest, we need to just stick with things as we are. We've set up a tactic, we're going to stick with it, and hopefully it'll work in our favour. Having looked at some of the other teams, I think we've got one of the strongest squads in the league, to be quite honest. But we'll have to wait and see. I've kept things really simple with the way that we've set up. It's a case of regrouping when we lose possession, counter-attacking when we go on, and the actual setup of the players is really simple. Goalkeeper, fullback, centre-back, centre-back, fullback, just normal defensive midfielders, two normal central midfielders, a right winger on support, left winger on support, and just an advance forward. I'm not doing any playmakers or anything like that. I don't feel like it's required at this level. I think you're reading too much into it in situations like that. But we will see how we get on. It is going to be in 3D, so just bear with me a second. And I will just sort this out momentarily. Unfortunately, with the way that things run on my computer setup, the 3D doesn't show too well, unfortunately, in terms of recording and things like that. So, unfortunately, it's old school for us with 2D. And hopefully you don't mind that, as you've already seen with Sunday League to Champions League. This is how we keep it set up. And here we go. I think that is everything. Short position replays. No. We'll just see the replays of the goals, and that should be everything set up now, I think. So let's see how we get on. Here is Simmons into Anderson. Obviously, I'm not too sure what to expect from the side. We know we've got a good squad of players, but again, I'm really not sure how things are going to work out this season. It's going to be interesting to see. Glover here with the ball into the penalty area. We managed to get it away, and Noble picks it up into Hannah, who's playing up front today, of course. Now Noble again. Making a move down that left-hand side. Plays it back to the left-back Stanley. Chance to maybe get a cross in here. Here's Bromley. Noble. Bromley. Into Anderson. It's a good strike, and it's only just over the crossbar. I think I might just slow it down just a little bit with the highlights. Don't want it to rush by too quickly, of course. Here's McNabb into Bromley. Now Raymond. That's a great ball over the top, and Noble could be in, and he finds Hannah, and he's been brought down by Wheel, and we have a penalty here after just 3.5 minutes. Well, it's going to be 4 minutes by the time it's taken. And it's going to be Stanley, the left back, to take. And Stanley scores the penalty. We have our first goal scorer. It is Joe Stanley, our left back. Bit of an unexpected one, but I do not mind. It was a very well taken penalty. The keeper went the wrong way. And we have our first goal in charge of Maine Road FC here. And early signs would suggest we're looking quite decent. We're having all the possessions quite equal, but we're having all the attempts at goal so far, so hopefully that will continue. The team to beat, where the league is concerned, is Stockport Town. They've actually got players, about 4 or 5 players on loan from Stockport County, so they have got plenty of experienced players in there. A number of the teams in this league haven't been able to sign a lot of players, so I think that is why we might have an advantage this season. But again, we'll see how things go. Here is Hickman into Riyadh. Noble does really well to win possession. Here's Hannah. Chance to play it forward. Finds Noble again. Plays it through. Anderson picks up on it. Oh, he's put it wide. It was a really good effort. Really well worked move, and Noble is certainly looking dangerous on that left-hand side at the moment. And so far, 1-0. We've had the one shot on target, which was the penalty. Here's Bromley swinging it in. Hannah looking to win it at the far post. It's nodded back to Sam Oliver, who knocks it back into the left back Stanley. Again, it's over the top. Hannah wins the header. Noble trying to get in onto it. And Green Birch looks set to try and clear. Knocks it back to McHugh and now Glover. Good pressure from Noble again. Here's Rayard. Under pressure by 2 of our players there. Knocked over the top looking for Cole. We managed to clear it. And Simmons finds Stanley. Now Bromley. Back into Stanley again. Playing quite well so far. Hannah wins the header, finds Noble, plays it through brilliantly. Here is Hannah. Oh, he's hit the post. So close to 2-0 there. But we are showing some really good signs. We're playing lovely football, I might say as well. I think we're looking quite good so far. Here's Hammond now, moving down this right-hand side. First time we've really seen him. It's a great delivery, and Hannah couldn't quite beat the goalkeeper for Carty there. And the keeper smashes it forward. Oliver quite comfortably just picks it up and finds our right back Simmons. Into the middle for Bromley. Now Oliver looking over the top. Hannah does seem to be winning plenty of the headers at the moment, but he just lacked the support that time. Hickman looking over the top for Cole. We managed to get it away again. Bromley into Hannah. It's a good run here from the striker. Still going. It's Hannah, and he's put it over the bar. That would have been a fantastic goal. I mean, we've had one shot on target, which was the penalty. But I think we've looked very good so far. Here's Green Birch into Rain. That's a great delivery, and Glover's there at the far post edge. Did really well. I thought he missed the trajectory of the ball there, but he managed to make the save anyway. Here is Bromley. Now Noble. Trying to get past his fullback. He's doing really well, actually, Noble. Can he get a crossing? Yes, he can. And Hannah is there, and it's 2-0. It's been coming. Robert Hannah has looked very, very lively today. And we are 2 goals to the good here against Ecclesall as we just about approach half-time. What a lovely bit of movement as well from him. Easily beats the centre-back in the air. And I think we've got a proper danger man at this level. 6'4", and he can finish, as you've seen. 2-0 at half-time. Excellent, excellent stuff. Hopefully we can continue that into the second half. We will say, just for the lads to keep going, Conan Noble, by the way, on that left-hand side. Outstanding performance from him. The 16-year-old certainly seems to have settled into the way of things very early on here. And a good tackle from Hannah, and Bromley's picked it up here. He has got support, but he decided to strike it, and Fagati makes the save. Certainly a case of so far so good from our point of view, and we can get a decent start throughout the campaign. I think we're going to have a very good season. I'm not entirely sure how the promotions work, what leagues you go into or anything like that. Same with relegations. I have no idea how the setup of the leagues actually goes. So it will be a mystery, and it's going to have to just stay like that, unfortunately. Here is McHugh into Fagati. Into Stanton. Plays it out wide to Willock. Now Cole. Possible chance here. Green Birch. He's in behind the centre-backs, and the strike is over the bar. It's a poor finish from the Ecclesall man. We are just starting to struggle with one or two fitness concerns here, and Cole could be in behind again here for Ecclesall. Play back, and is that a penalty? No, it's not. Here's Hammond. Manages to clear it, and Hannah didn't even look to make the challenge. Ball over the top, and Simmons won it, and he made the error. Greenbirch picked it up, found Jordan Cole, and unfortunately, defensively, this is how things could turn out. Simple errors like that will happen. Ross McNabb is going to come off for Kean Bedford, I think. Akil Raymond is going to come off for Tom Ruffer. Robert Henry has been extremely dangerous for us. We're going to bring Aidan Fletcher on for him, I think. And we can only do 3 substitutions, so that is going to be that. So Eccles all back into it, and they have done a lot better in this second half, to be quite honest. We're going to just demand a little bit more from the side. Here is Simmons into Oliver. He looked over the top, and the run wasn't made. And it's a very easy claim from the goalkeeper. And he's launched it forward looking for Cole, and Cole managed to get onto it. Here's Stanton. Our Eccles are going to get right back into this. Greenbirch, good clearance from Oliver, but a penalty has been given here. And Oliver's been shown a red card. And we have thrown this away by the looks of it here. Not ideal. I think we've played really well today as well, but in this second half we've just looked so poor. The game's been completely turned on its head, and a chance for Eric Edge to be a hero here if he could save the penalty, which he can't. Cole goes straight down the middle, and it is 2-2. Jordan Cole is one of the players at Ecclesall who was already an actual player there. We didn't have that luxury. We had nobody. So overall, I'm happy with the performance, especially in that first half, but this second half has been very poor. And with us being down to 10 men, I'm not feeling very confident now. Here is Willock moving down this right-hand side. Stanley putting him under pressure, but couldn't get there. Bedford clears well. Couldn't find Anderson. And there's Jordan Cole, and it's a hat-trick. Ecclesall have completely turned this game around in this second half. And I'm a bit shell-shocked, to be honest. We were playing extremely well, and it's just not. And we've just fallen apart in the last 15 minutes here. Here's Bromley into Anderson. Now Ruffer. I mean, I can't imagine we'll get back into it. We don't have 10 men, of course. Here's Hammond. Simmons. That's a good ball over the top, and he's found Fletcher. That's a great finish from Aidan Fletcher. We've managed to. What a game this is turning out to be. We've managed to equalise. I don't know if it was poor goalkeeping or what, but Hammond's ball, I thought it was just going to run through to the keeper, but Aidan Fletcher was right onto it. Sorry, Simmons' ball. And Fletcher finished it superbly. 3-3. And, I mean, it's madness. I mean, there's a lot of goals in all the games by the looks of it as well. So I think it's going to be quite an erratic season, that is for sure. Well, what a game! What a first game of the season that was. 3-all. Jordan Cole scored a 8-minute hat-trick for Ecclesall. And we just about managed to save a draw despite being down to 10 men. So there's a lot of positives to take. I've put that we weren't good enough, but I thought the first half performance was brilliant. And I thought we moved the ball around very, very well, but it just didn't seem to last, unfortunately. But the thing is, I mean, all the teams at this level are semi-pro, but we've literally just thrown this team together. So there's not a lot of team cohesion there yet, but I think in time, I think we'll be winning games reasonably well. And when the players start gelling and everything like that, I think the way that we play will certainly look better as well. But that, overall, I can't massively complain. it was quite an even game come the end of it. Certainly things for us to work on, especially defensively, unfortunately, but the opposition can say the same thing. Aiden Fletcher off the bench to score a brilliant goal. Um, I mean, it was a bad tackle apparently by Oliver. Well, I thought he won. I thought he won the ball, but that's just me, isn't it? We'll issue him a warning. We'll appeal against the ban, and overall, not horrific. We can cope with that. As you can see, pre-season's been very poor overall, but we have had some big teams that we've played against in there as well. Um, in terms of going ahead, um, there's going to be another 5 games in August. We'll probably come back at the start of September for the game against Stockport Georgians and Follimere. Obviously, with the fact that we've had the transfer special today, and we've had this initial game against Ecclesall, I think we'll just call it for today. It's been quite a long episode, um, so we'll be back for the start of September. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for your support. Please like, subscribe to the channel. It is all greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.